You doing?
How's it going, Isaiah? Thanks for the time.
Yeah, of course.
Can you I wanted to talk to you a little bit about just going back to the UMass game and just being prepared as a senior, right? Last year you were able to get into games. This year you got into games, but UMass game you were called in a little earlier. And just
Yes, sir.
talk to me a little bit about your mindset and how that unfolded, so to speak.
Yes, sir. I was just really ready at all times. I'm always ready, just because you never know when you can get caught in the game, and you want to be ready for your team to make sure you don't let your team down and make sure you can perform so that you know we can come out with the overall win, and that's what we did.
When you get into a game like that, how important is for it for you to get into that first play, make that first tackle, make that get that first coverage really tight? How important was that for you?
Right. It always feels really good to do that. And, once that happens, you're like, yeah, okay, like I'm on the right track. Like I feel good. So, I mean, I think that's very critical and very important. And it just helps you play better at the end of the day.
That cornerbacks room is a pretty close group, right? You have guys Jabari Moore, yourself, Cam Jones, Bo Nicholas, Paul, guys with a lot of experience. You have Donovan Platt who's coming along. Just talk to us a little bit about what that cornerbacks room is like and what it's been like this year.
Yeah, so yeah, we're a very close knit group, and I mean, I absolutely love it in the room. Starting with the top with Coach Dixon, he always cares about us and cares about our development, even as people more than even football players. So we're always, talking and trying to grow our bond closer. And I love how we all feed off of each other and bounce ideas off of each other. We can all ask each other questions, and we're just a really close knit group who always want to improve together.
I'm glad you mentioned Coach Dixon because he's a guy who has been on the staff for a while at Army, and he's really position coaches as far as coaching guys like Elijah Riley, yourself. I mean, the corners that have run through Army. I mean, probably guys that you looked up to when you were younger, right? When you were a freshman. I mean, talk about that line of corners that you guys have had, and maybe guys that maybe you followed their lead or when you were younger.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So yeah, first, like you mentioned, Eli. Everybody kind of knew, he was the real deal. So we always just tried to, pick his brain and learn from him. Julian McDuffie, who is here, he was a guy and that we all, looked up to. He's great for our corner room. Caleb John and Dean, and we all kind of just value each other, and we all, look up to each other, and we all try to, admire the attributes that we're all differently good at. So.
How did it feel for the coaches to recognize you as the defensive player of the game for the UMass game?
To how to feel. Well, first and foremost, I just like to give glory to God because I mean, without Him, I couldn't have done any of that. I mean, it felt good, but at the end of the day, I try not to hang my head on it because I just want to constantly improve and just make myself better so I can perform better for the team.
I mean, now it's what's the week like before Navy? What's this week like for you yourself and for the team? You've been through it a couple of times. What's this week like for you?
Just we're just all very focused and just very high energy, and we're all eager to play, but we just need to make sure that we take each practice serious and pay attention to the details of each practice just so we're ready to play.
How much did last year's game leave maybe a bad taste in your mouth, and how much? I mean, I know you have to play the first 11 to get to this game, but how much maybe in the spring and the off season were you motivated by that game?
So yeah, no, we definitely remember how it felt, and we didn't want to feel that again. But like you said, we take each week separate and prepare for each team that we play each week. But we definitely in the back of our mind remember how that felt, and we don't want to feel that again.
Yeah, what's it? Maybe last one. To what's it like when you practice against an option offense a lot, right, during the week, but now you played Air Force and now you got Navy on the horizon. Can you describe to us what it's like to go up against like an option style offense as a cornerback or even as a defensive player?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so it's you're not going to get usually a lot of passes in those type of offenses, but you know that that one pass is coming, and if you aren't focused and paying attention each play and having good eyes, then the ball can easily go right past you for a touchdown, and that can be the difference in winning or losing in one of these option games. So really, just the details in the eye, just being really focused every single play and not getting lost to sleep is what really separates these games.
Do you know anybody on Navy side? Do you have a guy that you maybe played against in high school or?
No, I did know somebody. Fortunately, he's not there anymore. But I know the quarterback that number one, Tyler Levis. I know he's from Jacksonville, but other than that, I don't really know anybody on the team.
Gotcha. And have you thought a lot about what it would be like your senior year, perhaps possibly the last time you played for Army, and what it would be like to sing second? Has that crept into your mind yet, or is it too early for that?
It's too early for that. Everybody obviously wants to feel that feeling, but right now we're just focusing on doing what we can control, and that's just practicing hard and paying attention to the details. So,
Isaiah, really appreciate it. Thanks for your time and good luck.
thank
Good
you,
luck against Navy.
thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, sir.